Oh, hi! 2025. New year, new toy sharing. Well, like I said last few days ago, we will be talking about a new, we'll be moving on to a new toy line for the moment. It's still going to be Kamen Rider, but it's a different toy line. Now, for the next 5 videos, we'll be talking about a toy line which is called the Banpresto Real Deform. Now, what is that? Well, the brand Banpresto is is a different brand, but it's still under the Namco holding company or the Namco umbrella, which includes Bandai and Bandai Spirits. Now, Banpresto is actually more known as making static figures, static anime figures. But there was a time that they did more. They did dabble on super articulated figures, especially for Kamen Rider, and that is actually what we're going to be sharing. Now, the toy line that we're going to be sharing is what they call the Real Deform or the RD. Now, what does that mean? Because in there's a normal figures that you showed that you've seen before, which is the normal scale, normal proportions. But this is we would say a super articulated figure, but with super deformed scale. Now, what is a super deformed scale? Most people call it chibi, or it's like dwarfing down a normal figure, a normal character. And I don't have much of those actually. It's almost not impossible, but it's very hard to find those figures. And I actually had to find mine in secondary markets. But it is pretty special to me since it was actually the first Kamen Rider line that I actually had, and I didn't expect that it was actually hard to find. And we will be talking about them, and we'll be talking about these guys, these figures for the next five toy videos that we have. Now, we will be also now most of these figures that I have is from the Heisei era, not face Heisei era. And since there are only 5, I have 1 from phase 1, and I have 4 from phase 2, and we will be we'll be tackling them based on the order of appearance. So you might remember Kamen Rider Den as one of my only figures from from the Heisei phase 1, and guess what? I do have another one. I do have his Real Deform version. Now, this is what the box would look like. Actually, this is the first incarnation of the box. My last Real Deform figure, which is Kamen Rider game, came with a new box, with a newer box already. So I was able to get the old style packaging and the new style packaging. The new style packaging is just like SHF. It's shorter. It's shorter but a lot thicker, while this is wide and thin. So this is what the Banpresto Real Deform figure looks like. Take note, it's already old. This is a 2007 release character. So this figure alone is also pretty old. So you can see the logo Banpresto, and this is going to, but the line is called Real Deform, and this is the figure. So arts, they'll be still be using the photo art, the toy art. So they also have some photo shots, and this is the figure in the back. So the thing here is that you can see that it is more of a like dwarfed down version. I would call it dwarfed down version. People would call it super deformed. Some people call it chibi. I just call it the dwarf version. And also some pictures here showing out the different points of articulation in the figure. Now, as you open them, I would say that in terms of value, this is actually not bad because it came with the figure. It actually came with 4 pairs of hands from the fifth fist, and 2 different posing hands right here, and also the special hand, which actually activates the driver, and then 2 kinds of weapon: the sword and a sword with effects. I was actually pretty excited with this. I actually, honestly, I actually planned to start my actually my whole video collection with this Real Deform. But since I started out with SHF already, I decided to just go on with it. Now, as you can see, this is Den-O in the sword form, right? It looks like it's like a little child in a costume, right? But the thing here is that uh value wise, it's also good value because you have weapons and you have extra hands. Also, articulation is just like an SHF. So you've got articulation in the arms, elbows, hands, head, torso. It also rotates knees. It's also double jointed, and the feet. So it's basically like a dwarf SHF. And then you've got the different weapons, you've got the different hands as well. So it's basically like a small SHF. A lot cheaper, definitely a lot cheaper. Though I have to tell you that this is 2007 prices. But if you can find it, I suggest, if you like super deformed characters, why not? It's rather nichey because not all like this kind of scale, but it is pretty cute, especially if you have a lot. If you I've so far again I have five, and it actually looks good when you put them together like a small group of dwarves. But this is, I would say, this is one of my more special toys already because it's actually hard to find here in this country, in the Philippines, or actually even abroad. I rarely encounter these toys abroad, even in Japan or even in Hong Kong, where I usually go and look for toys. It's pretty hard to find. I have a story for Force. Of course I have Force. I have the Force version. Why would I not? But it is pretty funny because I was looking for these figures, and I was looking for the Force figure, and I was able to find one, and it's just really funny because I'll tell you that story when we talk about Force, because that figure is very memorable to me. It's actually my first Force figure. It's what opened me up to Force and the rest of Kamen Rider. But this is a figure that I really liked also because you should remember that Den-O, the actor who played Den-O, was the same actor who played Rurouni Kenshin in the live action series, Takeru Sato. So I really wanted to have a Den-O figure, and I have the SHS figure, and I also have this. So it's pretty special. So it's actually pretty short. This is actually it. It's since most of you have already seen who Den-O is, so I'm just showing off the chibi version, the cute chibi version. And it's a great figure. It's great articulation, great value in terms of weapons. You know, you've got the different hands and the different weapons here. If you can find it, I suggest it's good value, and it's not as expensive. So basically, it's my first sharing for the year. I hope that your year is turning out well. And next week we'll be sharing my next Real Deform rider, which is Kamen Rider Triple O. That one I found on a second hand page. It doesn't even have the box, but I'm pretty lucky that I was able to have it with the accessory. So we will be showing it off without the without the box, since I got it without the box already. But for this one, I'm still very very lucky to have this. Now, paint applications, top notch. Of course, it's still Banpresto is known for something like this. So we have the back. It's just detailing, sculpting, painting is just amazing. So excuse me, I actually find this in a way a bit more valuable since it's harder to find. But I am pretty happy. I am pretty. This is, I would say, one of my prides, having five of these. So, thank you very much. It's actually just pretty short. Actually, my videos, especially for this line, is pretty short since you guys are already familiar with my Kamen Riders. They're also from the Heisei line, Heisei era. So they're easy to. The description is actually pretty faster. But then again, it's cute. Right? It's cute. It is, yeah. Basically, you're hitting your models with cuteness overload. So again, thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video. And this is the Banpresto Real Deform Kamen Riders. And I hope that if you can find it, you can either tell me if I start to add more to my collection, or if you'd like to get one for yourself. It's a great figure, great value. It has the extra arms, the weapons, and sculpt and paint wise, very good. And happy New Year, everyone.